And after working there for 9 months, I was basically skin and bones.
Was internet super censored and everything too?
Is it kind of difficult for you to go back to Asia?
When you initially escaped, were you worried about your family and like what would happen to them? Or was it kind of like you were okay with what was going to happen?
I'm from North Korea, yes.
Actually?
Yes, I am. Come.
Why are you putting this on me now?
Well, why don't you guys both come here?
Wait, what are we asking you?
Anything.
Okay.
Besides, yes.
Okay, that's a good question. Do I hold it right here?
Sure. My name is Charles. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, nice to meet you.
Jacob.
Jacob, nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Yes, so I escaped North Korea twice.
Twice?
Yep. First time when I was 14 and second time when I was 16 and a half.
So what happened the first time? How did you have to go back?
Well, I got captured in China. Somebody actually reported me to the authorities, and then I got captured by Chinese regime, and I was sent back to North Korea.
Wow.
And I ended up in a North Korean defectors detention center where I was fed 50 kernels of corn per meal. And I worked there for about 9 months. And after working there for 9 months, I was basically skin and bones. I couldn't even stand up or even lift my arm.
Right.
I had lost so much weight that I was worthless worker, and they sent me back to my half brother's house. And I worked in a coal mine for about a year,
Okay.
and watching a lot of like cave-ins and accidents. And I thought, I'm gonna be like that one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my limb or even worse. And I think it's worth trying to escape North Korea rather than just dying in a coal mine.
Just staying here, right?
Just staying there, yeah. So
Might as well
it
get out.
was worth risking my life, to escape North Korea.
So what did you have to do the second time to get out?
So I actually, funny enough, in North Korea there is no freedom of movement, right? There is no freedom of travel. There are checkpoints on all major roads, and it would have been impossible for me to board a train without tickets, right? And also because like from where I am, like I'm like deeper inside of North Korea,
Right.
so I needed to take train for 2 days, right? From where I was to the border town, and in North Korea, like that train, like it would have been probably less than 8 hours for me to travel,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then, but because there's power outages happening all the time, it took me 2 days to get to border town.
Wow.
How's it going, guys? Charles, nice to meet you. So I escaped North Korea twice. First time when I was 14 and second time when I was 16 and a half. And eventually I came to America back in 2012, and I have been here ever since. I learned English through watching Family Guy. And also I went to high school without knowing any English. Like the first day I walk into class and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like in North Korea, it's like things are a little different than here, right? In America, like you go to different classes, right? You go to like, first period, second period, third period, and so on and so forth. But for me, like you would stay in a classroom, and the teachers would actually, it's one teacher that teaches everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there any culture shock when you first moved here?
That's a good question. So I usually try to tell people that, like whenever they ask me about culture shock, like for me personally, it feels like getting into a time machine and just fast forwarding 50 years into the future because
Oh wow.
because like there is that much of a cultural differences, right? Think about like America in the 70s. Like
Yeah. Okay.
it's kind of hard to imagine, like because there is no electricity, there is no running water, right?
Wow.
In the winter, everything freezes, right?
Okay.
So you would have to go to the nearby river or even the well, right? And we have like the pumps to get water. It's just like so much like difference. Like internet, for example, right? I mean, internet is relatively a new thing too in America, right? It's like what, like 90s?
20 years. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Yeah.
Wait, so like was internet super censored and everything too? was internet super censored and everything too?
Yes. So there is no internet in North Korea. Just so you know, there is no Facebook, there is no TikTok, there is no social media.
Okay.
They do have smartphones in North Korea, but get this. So average annual salary for an average North Korean's annual salary is anywhere between $800 to $1,400 annually, right? Meanwhile, the cell phone itself costs $1,400.
Okay.
Right, so it's very luxurious thing.
So you have to be like very high class.
Elite, right? Yeah.
Right,
So which
okay.
is like North Korea is like a caste system, right? I'm
Right.
not sure if you guys know what caste
Yeah,
system
yeah.
is. Like a,
It's like a pyramid.
Yeah, right, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, yeah.
a high elites, the middle class, and lower ranks, and I'm like the most lower rank. Right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow,
I have a
dude.
question though. Did you go straight here?
To California. That's right. Yeah.
I'll do it
So
for you, I'll do it for
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Did you come straight here to California?
I went to San Jose.
San
Oh,
Jose.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, in
Okay.
NorCal. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, like, my question is like, was there a favorite food you had? when you came
Oh,
here?
yes. Panda Express. I know that's yeah,
that's awesome.
I still like Panda Express. Yeah,
That's your favorite one?
it's still like
That's awesome.
yeah, but also between Panda Express and pho, Vietnamese.
Oh,
like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Vietnamese noodles.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I mean, after like eating 50
Kernels of corn.
Yeah, that would everything.
That
would
that
taste
was
amazing.
that was the worst. I actually ate a live rat, like
Oh
all
my
mice, like little mice,
just to like.
because I was really hungry,
right.
and also I picked out a corn out of my own poop.
Oh,
you know, like
wow.
when you eat poop, like it doesn't digest
Yeah,
really
yeah,
well,
that's
so
right.
I picked it out. Yeah.
I mean, you had to.
Yeah.
To survive.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
nothing
I
you can do
yeah
about it.
survive. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's insane. So you had to live like, because that first time you escaped, that's what the
Government did to me. Yeah, when I
That's
when
what
I
you had
when
to
I
do.
when I got captured, and then when I was sent back to North Korea, and I went to a
Oh
North
my.
Korean defectors detention center, where I was forced to work up to 12 hours every day, eating 50 kernels of corn per meal. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude, that is insane.
Yeah, and North Korean regime wants to do that because they want to let you know that that's what will happen to you if you
you're
commit
the
a
one.
crime in North Korea, right?
right, right.
You will be treated less than worth less than a bug.
Right,
Right.
right.
You're not a human being, basically.
Basically to show, don't do this. We're gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, actually, that made me like in the detention center, like it made me really mad because like the guards, right? So there are rules in the detention center. Like there are many rules, right? And you have to memorize them.
Right.
And there is like certain there are crackdowns, and they would they would storm into our cells, and they would force us to recite the rules of the camp. And if I misquoted even one of them, they would force you to stand all night reciting the rules until work began the next morning.
Oh my
right?
God.
And
So
one of
sleep deprivation
yeah,
and
one of
everything.
the
Oh
one
my
of that
God.
night, right? And the guards would tell us, you can escape North Korea again, and you can escape as many times as you want, but don't get caught. This is what
Wow.
will happen to you if you get caught.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try, my absolute best to try to escape North Korea again.
I mean, yeah. At that point,
How hard was it to escape? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
did it take a lot of planning, or you're just like one day, like,
Yeah, I was more of like a spontaneous, right? Because like also for me, yeah, also for me, like, oh, can you ask the question again? Sorry.
yeah. How hard was it to escape, and like, was it spontaneous or did you plan it?
Yeah. So for me, it was more spontaneous because like, well, first time escaping North Korea, it was planned, right? It was planned all along. Like my half brother and my dad was like, hey, how are you guys doing? Good, good. So yeah, my half brother and my dad was like planning everything, and then they helped me to escape North Korea for the first time. But second time escaping North Korea, it was more spontaneous because I used to work at a coal mine, and I've seen a lot of accidents happening, cave-ins, and sometimes the coal mine would flood as well, and looking at like witnessing that, for me it was more of like, okay, so like it would be worth risking my life to escape North Korea rather than for me to stay here. So it was much more spontaneous. Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it like difficult for you to go back to Southeast Asia? Just because like as someone who's like my parents like are from Thailand and Japan, so it's like obviously much different as like a Southeast Asian culture. So is it kind of difficult for you to go back to Asia just like overall?
Yeah,
Or is it like, something that you hope to be able to do? Or yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking that question. So I can travel to Southeast Asia, but I just have to be careful where I go. Like I can probably go to like Vietnam or any country that actually have North Korean embassies, right? Because that means like they have a special relationship with North Korea. And like, yeah, I'm an American citizen, right? So nothing will ever happen to me. Like if North Korea does something to me, then that's an act of war, right? Because they did something to American citizen, right? But they can always say, "Oh, we don't know what happened," right? So yeah, that's like I've been to South Korea, and I love the food there. But South Korea is the only country, and Europe. That's the only country that I've visited so far after coming to America. Yeah, yeah. But yes, I think it's more. I just have to be really careful where I go. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have one last question.
Yes.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
But when you initially, oh yeah, here. When you initially escaped, were you worried about your family and like what would happen to them, or was it kind of like you were okay with what was gonna happen and you knew that they were gonna be fine?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Before we get back to the video, if you'd like to help me be a voice to voiceless North Koreans, share my story with more people, and get access to some exclusive behind the scenes videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is going to be in the description below. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the video. That's a really good question because a lot of the, nice to meet you too. A lot of the North Korean defectors, they can't share their story or even come online because, are you guys twins by the way?
Yeah,
We are twins.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. Wait, these guys are twins and I just noticed them.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
You look
it's
a lot
crazy.
alike too.
Yeah, you guys look a lot like each other.
Are there twins in North Korea?
Triplets too.
Yeah, triplets.
Yeah. Okay, so I was saying that. So not a lot of North Korean people chooses to share their story because their family is back in North Korea, right?
Right.
But for me, I don't have family, so that's why I can do this, and that's why I can share my story.
So it
and
was
come
kind of
online.
like,
You guys look like you have questions. Okay. Yeah. So my mom passed away due to hunger when I was 11, and my dad abandoned me when I was 5
I'm sorry to
in
hear
North
that.
Korea. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, me too, but I'm sure my mom is in a better place, and I
Yeah.
don't really know what happened to my
I'm
dad.
sure they'd be happy to see you
Yeah.
living it up here.
Yeah. I know. One day I get to meet them again, so
yeah.
I'm happy for that.
No, I mean, that's an insane story, by the way.
Thank you.
That's a lot you went through. And
Yeah.
it's awesome to see that you're here and thriving and doing good.
Thank you so much.
But, I mean, dude, like I don't even know what to say because that's just insane.
Well, please just share my story
Yeah, of
because
course,
that's what
dude.
I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Like the grassroots movement, right? I believe in that, and hopefully by doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like we raise positive awareness, right?
Yeah.
Like when you think about North Korea, it's like Kim Jong-un, starvation, nuclear weapons, and war, and like brainwashing. All those things are true, right? But also we want to change the narrative about North Korea.
It's
right?
not
It's like
the
about
majority of the people that are there.
right. It's about the people. It's not
Right.
about the politics. It's about
Yeah.
the people. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's an awesome thing to spread.
Thank you so much. Yeah.